It's Bradford. We're back for some classic. I am playing Taheo Skyspeaker. This is a Horde Burn Druid that does lots of balance things. And my opponent is Atomic Zoo from South Africa, playing the 5-cost Arena Arms Warrior. You can pay 5 to flip her, and she gains 1 permanent melee attack. Okay, we have 1 resource for our Tihan. We've got an Innervate later. We've got an Ancient Moonkin form. Lunar Barrage is not really where we want to be. I will take the Insect Swarm. Let's try out this hand. Got a second Moonkin form. I think I'll just play that face down. And we could miss a damage or 2 here, but I want to go ahead and Insect Swarm his hero right now to prevent him from really getting any pressure going. Happy to just get a turn 1 dot in play. And later on we can Cyclone him. But this will shut off his offense for the next, 4 turns or so. Even if he was even able to swing for 2 or 3, then doesn't really do much now. I think next turn we're looking at throw something face down, just put the Tihan in play, or we can just instep the Moonkin form. That's probably better. And then we get to untap or ready everything into Tihan and to place a resource. And then it'll be 2 less, which actually means we can cast the Innervate same turn. Okay, so he just runs the Perdition's Blade out there, pings us for 1. Won't be able to attack with that for a while, though. Only swings for 2, and Insect Swarm has that covered. We do need a face-down card here. Maybe it's Lunar Barrage. I don't know that I need to burn my opponent all the way out. Hurricane buys us a lot of time, though. Still does 4 damage. Maybe it's... I don't know, maybe it's the Lunar Barrage. Everything will deal 3 this way. It's my big burn spell finisher, but I think I'll be able to plunge through over time. There we go. Now we don't really expose ourselves to any kind of removal on our hammer. Opponent says Complete Spirits of Auchendune, which is a pay 0, 2 for 1 yourself quest to draw a card. So it's there for speed and efficiency. I mean, this deck had to play 2 face-up resources and then close them both to draw a card. Assigned in Blood. I don't think that has any targets at the moment, but if our opponent just passes here, it will interact with our Tihan on the next turn, because it'll be able to just turn off Forces of Jaedenar before we can play an ability and complete it. He might tap out for 3, then we can get around this Signed in Blood. Requite me. I am requited. Let's see if our opponent wants to do anything else. Flash in a Moonkin form here. Just instant speed. Oh, he might have a pummel. Sure, you got it. It's pummeled. Alright, we already drew our card. So if I go down to 5 to play my Tihan, down to 4 to play Question, then he will be able to eat the Question. Well, Tihan's only pinging for 1. I guess I'm trying to figure out a way if I can get around this Signed in Blood. Maybe I just put Question into play. If he wants to eat my Question of Gluttony, he's fine too. I'm not really in a position to be able to complete it for free. So I think I'll let him invest mana into eating one of my quests. We have an Innervate to resolve later on. So first thing we do is play a Tihan. Just making sure I can't play Forces this turn. I don't think I can, because when I cast the ability, my opponent can actually react to the Journey trigger with his Sign in Blood. Alright, so we'll ping you for 1. And our next spell costs 1 less. No, not that he may not actually do that play here, but I didn't want to expose the Forces. I do think that's the wrong line. Alright, so he does use Signed in Blood on my Question of Gluttony. So again, what's going on there is, if I play Forces of Jaedenar, I play Hammer first, then play Forces as my resource. And then with the Journey trigger on the stack before I've pinged my opponent, he can now complete Signed in Blood, and I don't have any instant speed abilities to play so that I can enable Forces of Jaedenar. My stuff's all slow, so he does have the outer there to eat my forces, and I don't think I'm completing Question anytime soon. I would need to really turn on Innervate first. Alright, he's playing a 3-mana 1/5 that gives his weapons +2 attack. And we will take 2. Alright, so this weapon has 2 attack, and he has Assault 2, so he only gets in for 2 because of Insect Swarm. 2. Insect Swarm triggers start a turn here. Alright, now we get to cast Earth and Moon. No worry of Pummel, this weapon's tapped. Place our forces. We can probably just kill this guy next turn. We can shoot him for 3, which is pumped up to 5, so I can just do that next turn. So we'll go ahead and 1, 2, 3 you. Alright, so we're just showing him this. So he takes 3 there, and then it costs 1 less to play our next card, which is Innervate. And we get to refill. Alright, now we found a burn spell to almost end the game next turn. We don't even have to use our flip on it. Seems good to me. Let's just pass it up here. Okay, this guy's a 1/5. He does make the weapons a little bit bigger, but he's not dual wielding yet, so he's not going to get tons of value. I can just kill him next turn with my flip, which deals 3 plus 2 from Earth and Moon. So we can deal exact C5s to this guy here. Ah, okay, that's the dual wield plan. P-Blade plus Whispering Blade, so his weapons now strike real hard. They all have Assault 2, and this has 2 attack, plus 1 from the Whispering Blade, plus 2 from here. So this thing swings for 5, and this swings for 3. Okay, and oh, this is big. Alright, so he's going to swing for... let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then over here, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then it should be -2. Alright, should be at 19 exactly. I take 12 from that attack. Alright, opponent's going to take a bunch of damage this turn. 1. Well, looks like we could still flip our hero and kill this guy for next turn. Removes 4 damage from the table. We can just put a Hurricane in play. Can't really beat that. This will ping for 4 now. Let's go ahead and draw our card. See if we can just kill our opponent here. We can stash Sava'gin, see if we can get lucky and burn our opponent for 4 damage. That's quite a bit. Opponent has exactly 18 health left. How much does Lunar Barrage do? It does 4. Plus, that's 4, 8, 12, 16. It does 16 plus a Journey trigger for lethal. Alright, that'll do it. 4 damage to our opponent's face. Should be in play now. Alright, then we'll cast 1, 2 to play our 5-mana spell. That's 4. Each of these are 4. So that's 12, 16. Alright, let's go to game 2. We're just playing the, this is Rancor and Easy Collapse Burn Druid. It's very effective, very straightforward, pretty diverse. It's got a lot of cards going through it. It's fast. We will definitely bring in a Cyclone for the Warrior matchup. That's a nightmare for him. Hibernate, I don't want that. Insect Swarm, happy to have all those. Moonstrike, we did see that he's playing an X5 ally. Moonstrike might be crucial there. Let's bring in these Natural Repossessions to blow up some armor. I don't think I care too much about Sava'gin. Let's get rid of one of those. It's really there to kill allies, and it's not going to be killing allies with what we have in play. A Zeril. Xing-Ho. This guy might be playing armor. He is a warrior deck after all, but we didn't see a single piece last game. So I think we're going to shave one of those. We'll leave one in play. I don't want to draw an extra one. So we did bring in another Cyclone. What's a little slow that we can cut? The 4th Hurricane, maybe? Card lets me live, though. Maybe this Moonstrike. Maybe it's a little slow. I don't know that I want that. I've got plenty of engines I can put into play. Alright, game 2. What are we going to get? We got a 1-lander with a Journey Hammer, turn 1, Thorns, turn 2 Moonkin. It's actually a pretty decent hand, so I will keep this. Oh, we don't take 1 yet. Go ahead and put one of these Moonkin forms face down. I'm not too sad if we end up losing it. If he counters the other one, we have an Earth and Moon, which is much better. Let's go ahead and put a Thorns on you. Pass turn. This will ping for 1 next turn. Oh, we're going to take damage from this dot now. Or Mortal Slash, can't be healed, so we cannot pay 4 to heal 6 from our own hero. So we're both under the gun now. We both have a nice turn 1 tempo dot to enable some... Alright, take another 4. It's the Warrior Burn deck, it's happening. I expect to see some weapons here soon. So we'll ping our opponent for 1. Oh, Insect Swarm. Insect Swarm is a nice pull here. I'm going to hope I don't take damage next turn so that I can just basically play Tihan into... I guess Insect Swarm is the better play here. No, I think we... What's our lineup going to be? So it's... We need to find a resource here, and it can't be this quest. I can ditch a Hurricane. I can ditch this armor, and I don't see any armor from his deck thus far. We just kind of overran it next time, as long as we can survive. So I think we send this to play as a resource. And then we just pass with Earth and Moon. Not Earth and Moon, but Ancient Moonkin form. We'll flash this in at the end of the turn. And then we get to ready up. Journey will deal 2 next turn. We'll have 1 resource left plus the extra 2 off of Moonkin form. Oh, the extra 1, excuse me. So we'll pay 2 for Hammer, place a resource that will ping for 2. So our next card costs 2 less. So we can either cast a free Insect Swarm. That's pretty much what we'll do. I don't see us doing much else that turn. Okay, here come the daggers. Yeah, I guess Insect Swarm will really slow this down. I wanted him to invest in it. Plus, we'll deal an extra damage or 2 off these other triggers. And we're going to have to see, does our opponent, even if he has a pummel to counter my Ancient Moonkin form. If my opponent has a pummel here to counter my Ancient Moonkin form, well, I'm not that upset by that. I can play around that. Okay, we're taking 2 a turn from dots. Alright, let's see if our opponent's got the pummel for it. He might. I have better cards, so I'm happy to trade this for a pummel now. It's kind of obvious my opponent didn't attack. I have plenty of ways to pump effects here. We can now blow up his weapon and a Mortal Slash. Well, this Insect Swarm is going to hold that off for now, and I think that's the play I want to continue down. So it's play Hammer, ping... just one. Yeah, so then we'll play Hammer here. Ping you for 1. And then put an Insect Swarm into play. That'll deal 2 damage, and then we'll just pass it up. Can't attack yet. Can't afford to pay 2 to attack. So this takes him down to -2 attack. So the Whispering Blade of Slaying is no good on its own at this moment. And we take 2 damage from these Mortal Slashes. We're at 8, we have 20 health left. Our opponent has taken 5, so he's got 25 left. But we're the deck that's got bigger engines and I think bigger payoffs. Plus we've got this Natural Repossession, so I'm just probably going to let him keep this Whispering Blade of Slaying. It Makes his other daggers better, technically. But it still costs 1 to swing with every turn, so I'd like to kind of tax him on that line, and then we could just get a nice 2-for-1. Blow up your ability, blow up your equipment. Natural Repossession is a blowout versus decks that have, they're spending 2 or 3 mana to invest in this and that. Actually, in this case, it's just 1. It's 1 for everything. Okay, he says, Duke Ukum. Looks like we're going to take 4. He's just playing him as a burn spell. Alright. Didn't expect that. Alright, this will deal 2 now. Another insect swarm. Well, my opponent didn't want to see that. We can also insect swarm this Duke, but I think this is a turn to probably just... Oh, he may have a pummel. He chose not to attack. He chose to just spend all 4 here on Duke. Maybe I test the waters first. Let's try and insect swarm his hero and see how he reacts to that. Might take the bait here. Insect swarm's terrible for him, so if we just pass with an insect swarm, I don't think that's unreasonable play. See, he says just let it happen. Well, I don't want to sit around and do nothing, so I think we're going to fire off a... We need to fire off something here. Earth and Moon's big for our deck. Natural Repossession is real big in this board state. I would like to resource and do something this turn. Can no longer flip kill Duke. We need to play something face down. Earth and Moon is such a big... Although we don't have that much that's triggering it, do we? I would say on this board state, Earth and Moon has some of the least value, so I will consider face downing that one for now. If he has the pummel here, he's got it, but I'm going to try to get some value and use my mana. Plus, he did just let a insect swarm through, so his hero is really not doing any damage anytime soon. So he's going to basically be relying on this Duke, and I can just kill that with my flip. Pass to you. I'm glad that resolved. So we did. We got the nice 2-for-1 for 3 mana. Blew up his weapon, blew up his ability. So he's kind of a burn deck himself, but it appears lacking card advantage. So if I can card advantage your permanents out, I'll take 3. This guy has done 7 so far. Pretty interesting that you can play this guy and he gets to, wipe your opponent's board in some matchups. Hey cat, what you doing up here? As you can tell, my cat is up here, and I don't know what he's doing. This costs 4 to complete, so we can pay 4 and complete it now. We can flip our hero, which will deal 3. This won't actually kill this guy. We are actually the ones under the gun now. Maybe we just put a hurricane in play. Hope that my opponent's last card is not a pummel. That buys me some time. It's kind of a bummer face downing our Earth and Moons. But we need to draw time for a big burnout. Well, that should stop this clock from the Duke. It's going to deal 4 to his board, which will kill the monkey, prevent any damage from the monkey. I am down to 11, so we'll see if my opponent's burn can get there, plus the Mortal Slash ticking. And remember, we can't be healed. Can't use our hero flip to heal in this matchup. It looks like we're on the... Let our opponent remind him. There's a lot of text on this hurricane card. Probably not the favorite thing that warriors want to see. Alright, he had a burn away. It's good use for it. We'll go ahead and take 3. Alright, we took our 3. Down to 8 health. This makes us down to 7. Keyblade me for 1. Well, even if you can afford to attack with it, it's not doing anything anytime soon. Let's go ahead and ping our opponent for 2 there. We drew a quest. This will only ping for 2 damage, although we do get to potentially ping for 2 and attack in and kill this. We take another 3, leaving us at 4 health, which is dead to his 4 mana burn spell, or 4 turns of this. We can pay 4 for a Darkspear right now. Maybe that's what we do. I need to attempt to draw something good here. Let's pay 3. We drew a natural order to turn off this dot. Yeah, we can actually do that. We can natural order. We still have to take more damage from this monkey, though. Man, this thing is going the distance. I'm just not killing it, and I'm not presenting enough damage on his hero. Maybe you don't bottom all those Earthen Moons. That's just how it worked itself out. So we'll trigger here. Let's deal 1 to his hero. No, let's deal 1 to the monkey. That way I can flip my hero and kill it next turn. And then we'll pay 1. And natural order away Mortal Slash. Get rid of that. Stop taking the dot damage. We still die to burn spells here soon, but at least now we can... You know, we're under pressure here. I probably had an opportunity somewhere to kill this monkey or to line that up better, and I haven't. Interesting, the role our opponent's Signed in Blood ended up playing. Well, we're at 4 health left. He either has the burn spell, or we might have to wait a couple turns. Another Duke would do it. Alright, destroy my Tihan. It's done. And I guess you can't really sing with this weapon. Don't get a whole lot of value there. This pings you for another 2. It's possible that we should be leaving up. I have to use this on my turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll be at 7 mana this turn. 7 mana gives us enough to, say, Moonstrike this guy for... You know, I guess I could have done that 1 to him, but it's fine. We'll end up dealing 4 exactly. I didn't have Moonstrike when I made that decision, because I'd rather have... Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, that's 4. We can deal 4 to our opponent here, put him at 19, he untaps, goes up to 21, it's at 9 damage left. No, I want to go super safe route, and I'd like to heal myself for 6 and kill this guy, and we do have the resources to do that. So let's kill your dude. Do it now, main phase. I don't know if my opponent can draw a pummel that would... Alright, so we pay 2 to deal 4, and then let's use our hero flip and heal 6. And we'll keep this quest right here in case we draw a Tihan. Happy to do that. Well, we got ourselves out of burn range here. That hero flip is very powerful, diverse. You can burn the opponent, you can kill their allies, and usually you can kill pretty much any ally if you have some damage pumping effects on the board. This Thorn of Nordrassil is going the distance. We'll see if we can't maybe find a Lunar Barrage off this Innervate next turn. But we've got some time now with 10 health left. Opponent's really drawing nothing. We have overcome his speed, and now our inevitable engines are working a little better. Quests will help. I'm going to go ahead and pay 4 and Innervate now. Alright, let's get rid of that. We can play Tihan and then ping, which will just kill this guy. I think I like that play. Let's play this new Tihan. And we did play an ability, so we actually can forces right now. Our next spell costs 1 less. I have nothing to play. Oh, this only does. I think we probably just kill our opponent. Since we're only going to ping for 1 here. Yeah, let's just put it at our opponent for now. We're going to go ahead and draw a card here. Pass back to my opponent, and then we can, on his untapped, on the ready step with this dot goes on the stack, we'll cast this Ancient Moonkin form. This will deal 3. Opponent has 9 left. Then we get to cast an Earth and Moon, and then this will ping for 1, 2, 3, 4. Another Duke. Alright, well, I'm glad we healed. We're out of the burn range, and we don't die this turn, and we may be able to kill our opponent next turn. Needs a quest. No, this card is not great in the late game. Let's flash this in. What's his name? Yeah, I'll take 1. Alright, we'll deal 3 off of the Thorn. So there we go. I think we'll probably have our opponent dead this turn. Let's pay 3, cast this Earth and Moon. Now, in case we don't win the game right here, I guess we need to just deal 4 to his ally. I don't want to leave this guy in play again. It's that, or we deal 4 to our opponent's face. Yeah, I guess we just attack for another 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's not lethal. Well, I hope I don't die here. Uh, 4 total now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay, we didn't really play this right. Should have pinged this. Well, now we need to... We can pay 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we can now do this. So let's draw a card. A Moonfire. Oh, we're saved. We're saved. Are we? We can Moonfire for... Oh, this Moonfire's free. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Four... And then we can just pick it up, cast it again. Yep. Man, this deck is very consistent. Put it in our hand. Cast it again. There it is. 4 again. Big burn. Big burns. GG. Get to see our opponent's aggressive warrior deck featuring Duke Ukum, putting us in lethal. Almost. Almost. Very close.